Hey guys, I know it's not Saturday night, but like I told you, last weekend Marky Mark and Commander Zeno were working hard at NecoCon, and they wanted to stop in and say hello and tell us about their adventure at NecoCon. You know what I'm about to say right after this. Well, if it isn't the DC reader, sir, you were very busy. You were out there raving, running around. Um, First, of course, tell us what NecoCon is and what was it all about.
So NecoCon is it's an anime convention. They usually have voice actors there every year. They bring in a Japanese musical group that may do the music for either a video game or a TV series. I think the group that was there this time was Wartime or something like that was the name of the group. So they perform Friday night and Saturday afternoon or Saturday night. They were pretty good. So that was part of that. They have panels dealing with cosplaying. They have panels dealing with uh, late night stuff for adults, just depending on exactly what's going on. So the one we looked at this one, it was mainly different anime. They had a lot of anime voice actors that were there. So they held a panel about what it takes to get into voice acting. We also saw, like we said, with the cosplay, they talked about the how do you say the problems with it. You know, when they build a costume, what issues they've had building cosplay costumes as well. Thank you. They had a list of everything that was going on the whole weekend, so you can tell what was going to happen. They even had a podcast for beginners or panels for beginners that they offered. So it was quite cool. They had kids doing cosplay. They had a contest for that as well. So it depends on what you're into, exactly what you wanted. And I think the main draw was karaoke because that went on for 2 different nights where you can do anime karaoke. I didn't go, but they did have that.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Now, while you were at NecoCon, I rediscovered my anime roots on
Okay.
Netflix. I watched the reboot of Ramna. Now, I love my Ramna. Okay, I
Okay.
love my old school Ramna. Now they made her with pink hair and but it was still funny. You know, it followed the storyline pretty much. I would have paid good money to see people karaoke to anime songs or you know what I mean.
Oh
That
yeah.
sounds like that was a blast, and that was 2 days of anime karaoke.
Yeah. I did
Oh,
when we were walking past to go to a different panel, there was a room where the people were doing a karaoke Friday night. And by the time we got around there, it was pretty much over. So we didn't really get a chance to look at that. Saturday night, it's kind of hard, because it's not in English. So, they're karaokeing in that language, and some people don't know those words. So it gets a little bit hard to listen to for a long period of time. You know.
Japanese in college. I took Japanese beginning and
Okay.
then advanced Japanese, and I can tell you now, I only retain like 4 or 5 words. I can say my name in Japanese and all that other stuff, but I can imagine, you know, because I'm watching Dan Da Dan
Okay.
now. And have you seen that yet?
I
It's
have
on
not.
Netflix.
Okay.
Dan Da Dan. and it's pretty wild and out there. And the beginning of the damn anime, it's just weird. So
Yeah,
I can't imagine, you know what I mean? By especially on the second day, you kind of be like, oh man, you
yeah.
know.
And that was going on during the raids, so you can go in there as well. And they had a whole bunch of people just up there singing. I did it last year, but this year I didn't, go in there for too long. So it is something you can only sit there for a few minutes for me while people are singing, and then that was it. And like we did the cosplay contest, and there were people there that were doing karaoke as their cosplay. So that I did broadcast, or they were lip syncing to the cosplay. So that one you can actually look at to see what people were dressed up as, and then the songs they were trying to perform, which is kind of cool when they did it, the lip sync part. I think it made the contest a lot longer though. Maybe just do 30 seconds. Some people were doing 3 minutes in their songs. There were some really good performances, but um, it made the whole ceremony take a lot longer that way. So you didn't get a chance. We were there for an hour and a half, and I think they still didn't get a chance to get through all of the people that were there for the cosplay contest. So because we were trying to get to another panel, and it's just something you have to get used to.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I've heard so much about NecoCon, and then at my former job there was a guy named Alan, and he came out to our thing as we did the Yester Toys thing one
Uh-huh.
year as Ant-Man,
Oh, okay.
and he normally that's his thing. That is his thing. He goes to NecoCon. So, but after you sent me those videos of the rave and everything, I was like, damn, I got to get to NecoCon. I got to see what this is about.
Okay.
So, you definitely sparked a lot of interest in me to go do that. But we have some footage that you guys haven't seen yet, and we were going to try to put it here tonight, but we're going to put it in another video like we did the rave, and then broadcast it for you uh most likely tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday it'll be out there for you guys. And it was just a great time, and I was kind of vicariously living through you guys this little bit of thing. I was like, damn, when's the next little video they're gonna pop up there? I mean, I was like, oh man, because the pictures you guys kept sending, and the lives were going on. It was something I definitely regret missing. Again, I've never been, and I've always wanted to go, but at least I got to see it through you guys' eyes, and you guys were talking to people. Speaking of which, bam, tell us about this picture, sir.
Okay. So I actually did an interview with these three young women. They had a adult coloring from midnight to 2 o'clock on Saturday night, and pretty much there were so many people in there, just something different. They had crayons. They had what would you say? The color pencils. They had like soft music playing in the background. They had different pictures that the two girls, the one with the red shirt on, and the other girl standing beside her with the red mask, the young ladies, they actually drew a few of the pictures that you got the chance to color. Um, this is the second year that they've done it, which I thought, just to give an opportunity for people to do something different, throughout the evening. So you got a chance where if you didn't want to do the rave or you just wanted to take a few minutes out, you can come in there, sit in around for a little while. You get color. You can have something to drink. I mean, not something to drink. They had candy for everybody. What did you think about it?
I thought it was a really good experience. I mean, we got there at 12. Her panel ended at 2. we finally left at probably about 1:30, and we just sat at the table and I just colored. And I picked a really hard page, and
You
I just
stole
sat
my
there,
pencil.
and I just sat there and color. And I haven't colored like that, honestly, since last year when they had the last coloring panel, and it was just soothing. All day. You've been there. I think it started at 10. Here it is midnight. We did the rave for a little bit, and it was just time to just sit there and just relax without walking back and forth, hearing the loud music. And it was just really nice and comfortable. I hopefully should do it again next year, have more pictures. It was really cool. I just never thought about, since I was a child, how fun it was coloring. And I actually took a couple of pages, and, I'm going to go in my room, and I'm sure I got some crayons in there somewhere, and just sit there and color. I mean, really, it was cool, and there was no kids in there. I mean, obviously, it started at midnight, so with all adults in there, and we just coloring, and people just went back to the table and grabbed more crayons and other sheets, other pictures. It was humbling.
Yeah. And I think the one other thing, the girl, I mean, the woman, the young lady with the white on, she went to, I think it was BlurCon
Yeah.
up in DC area, and she went there a few years ago, and they had that there, and she's been going to NecaCon since 2011.
Wow.
So yeah, she, I think the two of them were 2011. The girl with the red shirt has actually been going since 2009. So this is the second year that they've done it here. But she said she went there, she thought it was a great idea, and then she decided to bring it to NecaCon. So it was something that now that people know it's there, the room was full. People were going in and out, just coming in and coloring. So even during the interview, people were coming in. They would stop talking with me to let them know exactly what they could do, stuff like that. So
Oh, that's
I
nice.
thought it was really a nice little thing, something that I never thought about, but it's kind of a big hit, and probably be there again next year.
Oh,
I've
that's
never
awesome.
seen anything like that at any other conventions that Mark and I have done. And we've been to a lot of conventions like that, and last year was the first time I ever saw that. So I thought it was a really neat and innovative idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys got me sold on it. I definitely want to go next year. Um, and that's one of the things that because we are, we when we go, most of the time it's to perform. You know what I mean? To be sitting at that table, to grab new members, to do a panel, or to do video and all this other stuff. Then to go, I think the first time that I really got to do anything big was at GalaxyCon, where we were all there and we all got to sit there and watch Jonathan Frakes together, and just having that camaraderie of having my friends with me, and we're sitting here like, oh man, Jonathan Frakes, and just I love that. That's what the conventions are for me. You know what I mean? Just being around my good friends, and we're joking and we're laughing, and because sometimes being at that table, God knows you're sitting there, and then it's even worse when you have uh, people at the table that are just just there just to fuck off and not do the job seriously, and now you're sitting there like, I can't believe I'm stuck here, and you know what I mean, and these people are gone. Uh, that's why we had to mix up our team a little bit, and get rid of some things, and then add some things, and then add some new people and get rid of some people, because that's you go to a convention for that good time, and why waste your energy with something that's going to be negative and just drain you to the point of, you're tired, you don't want to do this. And I don't know about you guys, but after a convention, I need damn near 3 days to get myself back to normal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
phew, boy, Convivial did it. GalaxyCon definitely did it.
Oh yeah.
I was tired for at least 3 days after GalaxyCon. Convivial about 2. On the third day, I felt pretty back to normal. But when you're giving all that energy out there and you're walking around, and you're all excited because you're in that heightened state. You know what I mean? And that was our first big con for the Cosmic Portal, Convivial. But then hanging out with you guys at a mega con like GalaxyCon was just insane. But now, and then of course we did the Horror Con, and that wasn't too bad. I was pretty much,
Yeah, I guess it wasn't as bad, because I think Sunday we didn't stay out too late. So
yeah.
And I have to say the same. The main thing about this one that made it tiring was daylight savings time happened,
Oh,
while we were
We
there.
got an extra hour.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, so we left at 2 o'clock, but of course that was 1 o'clock because it started over, and I'm like, well, they ended at 2, but I'm like, I wonder if they stayed another hour after that, but I didn't stick around to find out. I was ready to go. Yeah.
and I even after that today too. She
Yeah.
was at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was off today. Somebody called her.
Look, and that's why, you had sent me the videos over, and I was like, yeah, I'll post it up. Like I said, I said 3 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at the clock, and then when I come in the computer, I'm like, wow, I must have misread the clock. Next thing I know, you had messaged me, and I'm like, daylight savings time. And that's when Simon was like, yeah, man, the clocks went back. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. I got a video to gotta do. So, but no, on behalf of course, of the 757 Geek Fandoms and its affiliate, the NC chapter, you guys did an excellent job on your part doing what you guys normally do, taking the time out of your schedules to put content up on the pages. And for that, we thank you. And there are going to be some little special little things coming y'all's way because, again, this is not a thing where we feel like, we want everybody to have a good time when we want the content, but you also got to make sure that your people are taken care of. And you guys are very good people. I would lose my mind if I lost you, because Lord knows I was losing my mind when I found you. And I was like, thank God there's somebody else here to help me do this, because this is getting crazy. But guys, again, 757 thanks you, the NC chapter thanks you, and of course the Cosmic Portal thanks you both. I will be putting up the video of this interview tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and you can check it out. Again, Marky Mark, the DC reviewer, Sunday nights. And then, of course, with Commander Xena, you have with her 2 things. We also combined forces with her and Mr. Bo Llewellyn to do a breakdown of Star Trek. And we started with TNG. Technically, we really should have started with TOS, but as we're started going through the TNG stuff, man, I'm really getting more and more excited about it, and that's something that we love. And of course, Commander Xena is the head of the Matriarchs of Fandom, which airs on Thursdays. So, guys, thank you very much for sharing this experience with me and the rest of them out there. As we go back, tomorrow we'll put up the video. Anything else you want to add, Marky Mark?
No. I think I do want to do another interview. We did meet 2 cosplayers that had a few panels at NecoCon. I'm gonna try to reach out to them so that we could have an interview. They were fantastic cosplayers, and I just want to see, everybody give them an opportunity, see what they do. They actually make their costumes. They had some really great stories to tell about that. So give everybody an opportunity to hear what they have to say as well.
See, that'd be awesome. You go ahead and you set that up, and we'll take care of that as soon as you lock in a time, and whatever time you can lock in, I'll make sure that we can do that. Guys, thank you very much. Again, I know this is not Saturday from the Portal Room, but I could not wait. They are fresh off the con circuit for right now. They got a little bit of a breather, and I had to bring this to you. So I want to thank them, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And an unscheduled program. Of course, there is no schedules anymore, but there will be content always. So again, thank you for joining us. I leave you with us. Life, prosperity, and health.